All right. So I was kind of chatting with a few people and we were talking about recruiting, enrolling, and I was seeing how I actually took a course and I really need to share what I've learned because it's going to help me implement as well. So, and how funny is this? The first thing that we chatted about in this recruiting course was mindset. And look at my mug for today. Mindset is everything. I was like, oh, this is so fitting. So I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to try to talk a little bit fast because I know your time is precious. So you might have to come back in and maybe hear more of the nuggets, right? Because sometimes you might not get it right away. All right. I'm also going to give you guys some sheets and scripts and stuff like that. All right. So let's get started. So when we first talk about mindset with recruiting, the first thing you should ask yourself is, what is the mindset of a top recruiter, right? How do you need to think? How do you need to be? How do you need to act in order to put yourself in a position on attracting your ideal stylist, right? So when you think about what that all means, the first thing that should come to mind is our comp plan. And you guys might be thinking, what? Our comp plan? Like, what do you mean, right? Well, here's the thing. You need to know what your earning potential is from growing your downline, right? So like for us, you earn incentives, one-time bonuses, matching bonuses, increased commission. Our Jumpstart program is amazing. And it is so, I don't want to say like easy, but doable, right? It's a very doable plan. So when somebody joins, not only should you be excited that that person joined, but you should be really excited about getting that person started on their journey. Because when you do, not only do they receive bonuses, but you do too, right? So that's like the whole purpose, because you don't want to have an organization where you just get people to come in and then you're like, all right, that was great. No, you want to get people to come in and you want them to build a strong foundation, right? And you get compensated for that. So, when you look at our comp plan, right, you really need to look at the earning potential for the ranks versus your sales, right? You really need to educate yourself to know what is possible to do, right? A lot of people will take a look at the comp plan and go, I can't do that, but that's not true. That's just your mindset telling you that you can't. It's very possible to do, right? And the thing is it could become like super motivating to not only yourself, but your team members to know what the potential is, right? For us, it's kind of like a fictitious number. It's not like hey, I get paid on an hourly basis, right? So it is a little harder to kind of figure it out, but you can figure it out with realistic, doable numbers, right? So I want to ask you, when is the last time you either did a Zoom call with your upline or your downline to really kind of show them the potential of what they could make, what is possible to do, right? Because this really could change the way that your downline thinks about this business structure, right? Remember, this is the responsibility of yourself to make sure that you know this information, right? If you have questions about it, definitely talk to your upline about that, right? Or maybe a sideline sister, because you are an independent distributor, right? So make sure you do yourself a favor and go and get to learn the comp plan. All right. I know for me, that was a goal. I was like, I need to learn this. Like, what's my earning potential here, depending on what rank I'm at versus what kind of sales I have. And I pretty much know the comp plan in and out. There's a few things that are recent that I'm kind of like, how does this work? Right. Few questions about that. But for the most part, Like I kind of know it, and I really feel like you should too, okay? Because if like you were a CEO, which you are of your business, right? Or I kind of almost look at direct sales more of a kind of like a franchise, right? You would know everything about that business. You would know it in, out, upside down, left, and right. Same thing goes for this. Okay. So how can you step out and sell the business opportunity to people? Because I think that's a lot of times that like people are like, oh my God, I'm scared, right? So I want you to think about it this way. We only have a certain bandwidth for our customer base, right? Like my customer base is pretty big. It's probably like close to like 1,000 at this point. To really give the best customer service, that's hard to do with 1,000 people, right? So there are people who are falling through the cracks. I will be the first one to admit that, right? But how about if I could get that customer base, right? And have them, the ones who absolutely love my product, right? How can I get them to join the business, right? Because here's the thing. Okay, let me back up for 1 second, right? So if they join the business, right? So, and then instead of them becoming my customer, they become a business partner, and I can teach them how to give really good customer service. That is the bottom line, okay? If you can teach them how to have great customer service and like a good like standard of excellence and have them help more people, what's going to happen? You're going to start to change more lives. You're going to impact more women, right? You're going to create more opportunities for them. So I want you to expand your mind, expand the possibilities of that. I have like 1,000 customers. My bandwidth is not big enough to give to all of them the way that I would really love to, right? So if I could teach some of my customers to do what I do and give really good customer service, not only are they going to be helping people, but those particular people are also going to create an income, create an opportunity for themselves. Think about how that feels. Like I can almost feel myself getting excited about that, right? Almost kind of like leading a charge for change, right? By just customer service, people who love the product. Think about that, right? Stop thinking about, oh my gosh, like I wouldn't even know where to start with somebody who decided to join my team, right? Yes, you do. You give great customer service. Not only that, but now we have this amazing subscription box that's going to be a lot easier, right? Because those are going to be like your loyal customers, the ones that you're going to touch all the time, right? You're going to want to get those people onto a subscription box so you can continually follow up about the product without feeling so yucky and spammy, right? Like, oh, you haven't purchased in 6 months. No, they're going to be like, in this, they're going to be like excited for that, right? So why not have some of those people join so that they can do what you do and give great customer service, right? So change your mindset on that. It's not about all the stuff that you have to do. You really only have to do one thing, and that's create great customer service, okay? So the power of building a team, right, is that you can help 20 people. It's a very fictitious number, right? And those people could help 20 people, and those people, and those people, and those people, right? So here's the thing, recruitment is the key to growing residual income and really ultimately maxing out the comp plan that I said that you need to absolutely learn, right? When you see our comp plan, it goes like super, like it's super wide, but it goes down too. Like, so are you taking advantage of all of those ways to earn money, right? I mean, that's basically what we're in here for, right? Like you want to have that income opportunity for yourself. Okay. So when you start to build an organization, growth starts to happen, right? And that's really the power of network marketing, right? That's like the complete difference between an influencer and a network marketer, right? The influencer only gets paid off of their sales. If they don't sell, they don't get paid, right? So you need to start leverage. So if you're a network marketer, right, and you have basically two ways to get paid, right? You can sell, you can grow a team, you can do both, right? That it opens up a whole new door of opportunity. All right. So you might be kind of saying to yourself, well, I've never recruited before. And guys, it's totally okay. It's totally okay to be scared to death. It's okay. Everyone starts at the same exact place in network marketing. Exact same place. Everybody starts with zero. Okay. So everybody has equal opportunity in this business. And that's what's difference between this business and the corporate world, right? Corporate world is network marketing. My husband and I were chatting about that. And he's like, so he's a VP. You want to become a senior VP, you need to manage people. Get paid more money though, right? Same thing. As a network marketer, you build a team, you start, and I wouldn't even say manage people, because you're not really managing people because you're an individual distributor, but you're there to lead them and really kind of showcase what you're doing and sharing, right? So here's the thing. I want to ask you a question. Do you feel comfortable selling the product and asking people if they'd like to try a sample? Because I'm sure when you started, you were probably really nervous about asking that, but you did it. Some of you did it. A lot of us did it, right? And if you've never done it before, do it. Okay. You're probably going to be a little nervous, right? About asking. But here's the thing. Now, for the people who have asked, it becomes second nature, right? And that's the same thing about recruiting. If you're not doing it, it becomes stale and stagnant. And then you get that feeling of, oh, I'm not confident, right? And you can actually say to yourself right now, I'm not a confident recruiter, ... yet. Okay. Because it is the same skill set as giving out a sample and getting customers is offering the business opportunity. And it's the way you word it, and it's the way that you position yourself with posture on it, right? A lot of people lose that posture when they feel like, well, I don't know what I'm doing and I haven't been getting a lot of sales. No, you do know what you're doing. It's giving great customer service, right? And you can teach somebody else to do the same, all right? So like I said before, we all start with zero. Team members, we kind of all start with zero experience, some maybe a little bit more than others. But what you need to do is face the discomfort of doing something new and take the action. Okay. Change is greater than the pain of staying the same. It really is. I'm telling you. And I want you to think for 1 second, answer this other question for me is, what is not recruiting costing you? Because I'm sure it's costing some people some cha-ching, right? It's a skill that you need to practice. You need to do it often. And when you do practice, I swear you will improve. You will improve, right? You need to invite people to join us so that you can master it. All right. So first of all, what you need to do is kind of start with a vision that almost like an everyday vision, right? Something that will propel you into action. Right now too, I'm doing an intention for the day. So when I sit down, I say to myself, how do I want the day to feel? What do I want to concentrate on? Do I want to concentrate on sales? Do I want to concentrate on recruiting? Do I want to concentrate on my team? What does that look like? So I'm going to set an intention for that. So for recruiting, I'll say I want to have just real, genuine connections with people about the business opportunity. My job as a stylist is to give them as much knowledge as possible so that they can make an informed decision if this business opportunity is going to work for them or not. It's not for me to say, oh my, I'm not here to convince anyone. That's not my job. My job is to make sure that they have so much information that it is crystal clear to them that they know what they want to do or not. Okay. So when I have that intention And, you know, a lot of the times my vision is, you know, to make money to my teams and people on my team to create an amazing income for them, whether it be financial freedom or time freedom. That's what I want for my team members, right? So that's kind of like my ultimate goal, is to seeing people either with time freedom or financial freedom or both, right? So that's my vision. And I think about that every single day of how can I create that for people? I want them to have this, all right? So a crystal clear, that propels me every day to ask more people, to give people more knowledge about our business opportunity. All right. So what happens though, like when somebody, like I even just asked somebody today if, you know, if they still use the product, because I haven't chatted with her in a long time. And she just said, you know, no, sorry. Thanks for following up. But I don't wear them. And I said, no worries, friend. I'm like, they're not for everyone. Just an FYI, like we have launched a lip collection and our tinted lip balm is like amazing. I think maybe that's something that you could enjoy. And, you know, just an FYI, we're going to become a beauty brand like probably next year. So keep an eye out, right? It's have to extremely, extremely positive, right? I don't see that as a failure. Like, I don't see that as, that has nothing to do with me that she does not wear the nail strips. Like she doesn't want to, right? It's not failure. What you have to do is you need to learn, right? So what I did was when I got that message, it was kind of like, oh, you don't wear them. Like I didn't feel angry. I maybe felt like a little defeated, but what I did was I regulated my nervous system to, all right, let's just like bring this down a notch, Margaret. It's nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with her and that she doesn't want to use the nail strips. That's fine. Now I have other stuff to actually chat with her about, right? So for me, I'm like, good. All right. New game plan, right? A different intention for where this conversation is going to go, right? Because my first thing was to say, how are the nail sets? Like, I don't know if you're using them or not, like what's going on, right? Now my intention has changed with this conversation because she doesn't wear the nail sets. Okay, so let's change this up. Okay, so you kind of always have to start thinking and pivoting. All right, so what you need to do is believe in yourself first, right? If you don't believe in yourself and the product, it's going to be really, really hard to have these conversations, right? So make it like a point to say to yourself, I love the product and I'm confident in where this business is going. Okay. You almost have to put blinders on, right? And I know, like I have the belief. All right. So that's kind of how like a confident recruiter would act, right? No, guys, like I'm not like this all the time, right? Like I need to work on it. It's a skill that I'm consistently working on it day in and day out, right? So I kind of write, I have sticky notes here. Look at, I am a confident recruiter. I sign up 2 stylists every month with ease, effortlessly. And then I usually have my rank of what I want to be, right? Because that's part of the enrolling process, right? If I enroll more, my rank is going to be higher, right? So create little affirmations for yourself that means something to you, because my affirmation could be completely different from yours, right? So what I want you guys to do is set like realistic expectations, right? Sometimes you need to have a healthy pipeline. All right. So you could write down, you know, a list of your loyal customers and kind of start there and start conversations with them, right? And kind of say to yourself, like, maybe I can start to have conversations with these 10 people, right? Maybe they don't know enough about the business opportunity. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Like you're kind of not sure, right? But if you're not having like conversations, then it's never going to happen, right? So here's some tips, right? When they'll say like between 1 and 10 or 3 and 10 people will say yes, The majority of the people that you invite will not respond, or they'll like gracefully decline. A few people will want information but won't sign up. Gotten some of those, right? Some people will just say no. I still keep them on the list. I've had 2 people just this year who I asked 5 years ago who signed up. So it's definitely a not now. It depends on where they are in their business or where they are like in life, right? I have this, and this has worked for me amazingly, right? Because a lot of people, you don't want to feel or look desperate for somebody to join. So my whole mindset is, who's next? I don't convince, I just move on to the next person. Who needs this business opportunity, right? Posting business blessings, huge. And that starts right away as soon as you start, right? I started with this business, blah, blah, blah. Like there's business blessings all over the place, guys. I met this amazing woman for this event that I was doing. And my husband and I are like, are chatting with her to like help her get to like this next level, like of what she wants to do. And it's become like this amazing friendship. Like that wouldn't have happened if I didn't join Color Street and I wasn't at that event, because if I didn't join Color Street, I wouldn't have been there. That's a business blessing to me. That's something that, could be a bit of something to like that, caliber that you could have, right? So, start posting about those things, okay? Because if you're using social media, you should be posting about business blessings, right? So remember, mindset is key. Have a vision that's going to propel you into action, or have an intention for the day that's going to propel you into action. Write down your loyal customers first, the people who use the product, the people who buy the product, right? And start to have great conversations with them, just giving them little bits of knowledge. It doesn't have to be wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, like, diarrhea of the mouth, right? Just little things that could really kind of get the wheels turning in their mind of being like, oh, well, wait, geez, I didn't realize that, or I didn't realize this, right? So you have to talk about your business for people to know that you are doing a business. We're not a brick and mortar. There's no sign above here that says I'm open for business, right? So you have to realize what is it? Right? How are you going to allow people to know that you are open for business? Don't assume. I've actually had people message me and say, oh, do you still do Color Street? Yeah, I still do Color Street. Clearly, it's not enough. It's not out there enough. And I'm thinking I'm diarrhea of the mouth, right? So you don't know how they're connecting with you and what they are seeing. Okay. So don't be afraid to use social media. It's a free platform, and something that, network marketers didn't have 10 years ago, right? They were doing door-to-door and parties, like belly-to-belly sales, right? So I'm going to give you guys some recruiting scripts so that you can have those, read through them. And there's a lot. I'm going to give you guys like a little workbook here, like a learning plan, so that you guys can have this. It was great. She said I could share, so I am. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Let's chat more about enrolling into our business. It's going to increase your opportunity. It's going to put more money in your pocket, and it's going to put more money in the person that you invited into the business in their pocket. Okay. It's not all about you. It's about them too. Right. All right, guys, enjoy. I will look at the comments too. All right. Bye.